Welcome to the channel, YouTube world. As always, if you don't want to hear me flapping my gums and you want to read the patch notes at your own leisure, there will be a link down below in the description box that you can click on. It's called a clink. Click on the link, it's a clink. Patch version 1.8.3.0.1592654. Don't ask me what that was. The primary focus of this patch is to address many of the in-sim issues reported by the community. We're constantly triaging the issues and feedback we have received to help plan our future patchwork. Feedback from the community is a vital part of how we defined our focus for each update. Thank you for all of your help, and we look forward to continuing working with the community to improve the Microsoft Flight Simulator experience. Still makes me wonder how in the blue holy hell pineapple the game was even released in the state that it was released in. Everything from just downloading the game to just loading the game was a complete convoluted cluster fuck. That felt good to get that off my chest. Performance improvement. Optimized cockpit screen display when screens are not displayed on screen. New option available to control the cockpit screen update frequency. Tweak CPU thread priorities to reduce interruption of frame-critical threads. Optimize loading system to reduce the overall loading times. Ooh, I'm excited for that because I got the game on an SSD, solid state drive, and the shit still loads like 4 times slower than a regular game on a standard hard drive. Yeah. Optimized heavy airport scenes impact on CPU, reduce the amount of GPU overdraw to improve GPU performance, memory optimizations to reduce software memory footprint and improve performance on memory limited computers. Just overall performance optimizations is all they could have said. ATC. Incoming ATC Azure speech has now 3 different voices. ATC voice gender is now based on the avatar of the pilot co-pilot. Fix for the incorrect voice pack being used if the game is not localized in English, and if the Windows offline text-to-speech option is used. C'est très dommage si l'anglais ce n'est pas la première langue dans votre jeu. Sorry. UI, filters, and sorting have been improved in the marketplace. Manual cache, whatever, layout has been improved, and the download estimated time should now be correct. Improved support for gamepad navigation and many menus. Case-sensitive search is now working properly in control screen. Search by axis and control screen has been fixed. Active pause button has been added in the toolbar. See what I did there? That's called cringe comedy. Pause button has been fixed in the content manager. The Aerodynamics. I seriously need to go back to bed. Improved wind turbulence simulation to reduce horizontal turbulences. Added simulation of low RPM piston engine vibrations on cockpit. Added simulation of water particles, rain clouds. Density in aerodynamics generates vibrations flowing through the cloud or rain. Fixed wet surface friction and braking distances. Fixed live weather wind offset in higher latitude areas, America, Asia, that was causing the 3KTS wind bug. Sorry, I had to read that quickly. Aircraft, cockpits, visual, and animations. Cessna 208B Grand Caravan EX AP buttons animations have been fixed. The Cessna 208B Grand Caravan EX Beechcraft Bonanza G36 Icon A5 place cards have been updated. The Cessna 172 Skyhawk compass textures have been improved. The Slim Savage Cub tail wheel blur effect is now correctly triggered. Shock Ultra arcs on airspeed indicators correctly set. Shock Ultra turbo mode has been removed from the dashboard. I feel like I'm talking in turbo mode so I can get through the patch notes really quick. Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner MCP buttons visual improvement. General aviation systems. I might skip through some of these. I'm not too sure because I am a little bit limited on time. Cessna 208B Grand Caravan EX propeller sound has been improved when RPM is changing. Cessna longitude, AP altitude, and speed management improvements. Cessna longitude auto throttle is now inhibited during takeoff and until 400 feet HGL. The Daher TBM 930 yaw damper is now automatically turned on when the AP is enabled. Beechcraft King 350i windshield de-icing is now working. Icon A5 incorrect heading indicator notification is now correctly triggered. The Shock Ultra flaps now operate mechanically instead of electrically. Island Shock Ultra Trim Management Improvements Cessna Citation CJ4 Reverse Thrust has been removed. Cubcrafter X Cub IASAP Elemental P mode is now working properly. Daher TBM 930 and Cessna 208B Grand Caravan EX PT6 engine shutdown duration has been increased. Had to catch my breath. General Aviation Avionics. Cessna Longitude, several knobs off the G5000 are now working. Beechcraft Baron G58, Beechcraft Bonanza G36, Cessna 172, Skyhawk G1000, Diamond DA40NG fixed a missing alt knob. It's a good thing when you, you can fix your missing knob. I don't know what I would do. Beechcraft King Air 350i menu key is now working properly. The Cessna 152 and 152 Aerobat Avionics state have been fixed using the Honeycomb device battery switch. GNS 530 flight plan display alignment has been fixed on the Garmin GNS 530. My neck just cracked really hard. I don't know if you heard that. G1000 automatically switches from nav to lock when needed. G1000, I'll make sure the T1000 from the Terminator comes after you if you give this video a thumbs down. So always remember to give it a thumbs up if, and only if, you like the video. There's no pressure. G1000 ETE and ETA and, fixed wrong values. G1000 3000 3X AP setup is no longer reset when enabling AP. G1000 3000 3X fixed missing flight plan when the selected departure is coordinates on the world map. G3X tech size and approach box has been increased. G3X approaches and can now be selected and loaded. G3X fixed bad information in nearest VOR page when a known VOR is selected. Airliner systems, general AP behavior improvements. Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental rear wheels steering has been fixed. Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental, pressing the battery button now always display the on part. Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental, son of a pineapple, improved the flaps deployment and retraction sequences. Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner fixed an auto throttle not giving back control to the pilot when disabled. Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner center tanks drain first when decreasing fuel quantity via fuel and payload menu. Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner auto throttle is now automatically disengaged when landing, and also the auto throttle now engages correctly during takeoff roll when conditions are met on the same plane. Also, alt intervention no longer needs to be pressed again when not needed on the same plane. Airbus A320neo automatic speed management improvements. Airbus 320neo once again alpha floor condition is now correctly triggered. Airline Avionics. Are we almost done? These patch notes. General weight is better taken into account for V-speed calculations. Boeing 747 Intercontinental FMC now allows to activate approach without going to route page. Also, Intercontinental approach VREF speeds are fixed, as well as empty rectangles no longer displayed on the FMA, as well as runways are now displayed in correct order in the FMC. Cruise altitude no longer automatically filled in the FMC. This for all the same planes, 747-8 Boeing. Onto the 787-10 Dreamliner Boeing. We've got the LNAV and VNAV and the ABC correctly displayed as armed in FMA when conditions are met. As well with the Dreamliner, altitude target on MCP can no longer be set to negative values, as well as auto throttle mode no longer displayed on FMA when auto throttle is disabled. Fixed wrong flap value displayed in the FMC takeoff page. Who are all these people trying to add me? I don't know. On the Dreamliner, still target heading line on ND is no longer reset while in heading mode. This is all on the Dreamliner. Still direct to flight plans can now be entered in the FMC. Onto the Airbus A320neo. We've got target altitude can now be changed when AP is disabled. Armed modes no longer appear in boxes on the FMA. And flaps full indication instead of F on the ECAM. We also got FMGS message and valid entry replaced by not allowed. As well as FMGS now only displays arrival procedures corresponding to the selected runway. We also have FMGS now correctly display ETA for the approach points, as well as removed remaining waypoints on ND after selecting different approach procedures. Fixed heading bug alignment offset issue, fixed missing runway in the perf page of FMGS when a departure runway is already selected. Again, this is still all on the A320 Airbus. Fixed constraints flickering on the ND. FMGS block fuel indication now correctly initialized. Miscellaneous. Fixed freezes caused by glass cockpits. Travel to feature no longer disengages autopilot when used. Weather, fixed 225 degree, 3 kilo T KT knots, 3 knots issue with inconsistent wind in game. Fixed an issue with weather persistency on flight restart. Services upgraded multiplayer services. Marketplace rating display on bundles has been improved. Performance drop after downloading an item in Marketplace has been removed. An add-on purchased outside of the Marketplace no longer has an impact on the installed filter in the Marketplace, as it is considered as a community content. Content Manager add-on purchased outside of the Marketplace and also visible in the Content Manager when online and offline if downloaded in the community folder. Third-party content thumbnail display improved. Pause, download during installation is fixed. Localization, various typo fixes in multiple languages. Accessibility, subtitles are now enabled by default. Subtitle option has been moved from sound menu to accessibility so users can set it during initial install. Cameras, remove the rotation clamp on instrument cameras. Pilot camera position can now be saved or reset. Bush trips. I'm going to smack this phone if it beeps one more time. Bush trips. Fixed like completion trigger. Completionist achievement should now unlock when all activities have been completed. World detected. Buildings that intersect roads are now excluded. Longer bridges are less prone to having a gap. UK city houses models should no longer appear in US suburbs. That's funny. In the Wild achievement can now be unlocked, and you can leave feedback on various topics here. Holy sweet pineapple, I'm glad that's over. But I thought it was important because, I do these patch notes for a few reasons. I love talking. It keeps my YouTube active. A lot of people don't want to read patch notes, and crazy enough, they say, I'd rather listen to you. You bald prick, narrate the patch notes. And it's also to bring awareness. That's actually the number one reason I do these. A lot of people cover video games. Hey guys, so here's my first impressions of the game, like 6 years before the game comes out. Then they review the game before the day one patch even comes out. So that's not like a real proper representation of what you're going to get on day one and what you're going to get even like a month or a couple of weeks into the game. Look at Madden football in recent memory. That game was a pile of wank when I started playing the game a couple of weeks early before the release. But by the time the game officially launched on the first day, it was no longer the same game. The console version of Madden 21 was like pretty much on par to the PC in terms of performance and stability. It was unreal, but you're not going to hear that if people are reviewing the game too early. So they don't keep up with the games as they, evolve over time. So that's where I come in. I come in and say, hey, psst, check this out. Did you know that? Did you know that? There's an update for this game. It's just a bonus that I happen to be like, okay, while we're at it, let me narrate and flap my gums, 100 miles an hour for 15 minutes to share with you what they did. So yeah, that's enough talking. If you liked the video, I've already said that. The G1000 comment, remember? I said the T1000. Anyways, if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, I would want that. But if you don't want that, hey, it's perfectly fine. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, boys and girls, or whatever it is you identify as, and well, hopefully I'll see at least some of you in the next video. Bye for now.